Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Morning.
Very good. Glad when people respond. So, welcome everyone. This is, we've had some historic days around here in the last few years, but this one is really an exciting one. We're going to be signing an MOU with Stockton Scholars. And as you know, Stockton Scholars will provide students who come to Delta College who meet certain criteria with a $500 a year scholarship, and also with a whole variety of other activities and workshops and events to attend to help them really acclimate to our college. I think most of you here probably know that we are in the 20 colleges that have been funded to develop guided pathways here. Our guided pathways are scheduled to be on deck for the fall of 2020. And so what we hope to do is try out some of the services on this first group of students, and get their feedback to see how well they like what we've been doing. So we hope to have a fledgling welcome center ready. We hope to provide lots of different kinds of workshops and get these students involved in student activities. That's something that a lot of students don't really take a lot of advantage of here at a community college, and we really think it's important for them to involve themselves in the college, and so that's another area that we want to work on. They're gonna have all the other amenities that we offer every single student, but a little bit more, and we're going to really push them to be involved at the college. I'm really delighted that we have this opportunity. We believe there'll be about 450 at least students who will take advantage of this and who will be with us in the fall. And we certainly are excited about that, and we hope to move those students along so that they get degrees and certificates and get jobs. We really want to focus, another thing we really want to focus on with these students is to get them thinking about their careers. Because why they're here is really to begin their preparation for their careers. They may want to go to work right after they leave here, but they may also want to transfer, but they're still transferring to get a career. So careers is going to be a big thing for us next year, and it's certainly a major focus in guided pathways. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce our mayor, Mr. Michael Tubbs.
Well, first, thank you so much, Dr. Howard. Every time I see you, I get a little more sad. I realize you're not going to be the president forever, but we're thankful for your leadership and your vision, and a big part of why we're all here today. So thank you, and enjoy your retirement. And I'll be brief, but I'll say, before I came here, I had a conversation with a young man named Efren. And he was like, what is this about? And we talked about opportunity, we talked about the city, we talked about the opportunity presented at Delta to do something. And he shared a little bit of his story. He said he grew up in Stockton, with Chavez High School, ended up getting kicked out, got his GED, ended up getting in trouble, recently let out of prison, but now getting his life on track. And he talked about the mentors, the support he's received from the city and from this college. And I think he illustrates why we're here today. That folks shouldn't have to go to prison, and folks shouldn't have to be recently incarcerated to avail themselves of opportunities and support. But we should do all we can on the front end to make sure our kids realize there's a community that cares about them and understands that talent and intellect are truly universal, but resources and opportunities are not. And that's why we're here today. We're here today to say that starting this year, for the 450 plus students who have done everything right, went to class, did the application, received admission to this college, that not only are going to get a scholarship of $500, but a real opportunity to maximize their time here. I can tell you stories of many of my friends and classmates and family members who who started at Delta full of high hopes and ambitions, but with distractions, not being really connected to anything. Took a little bit longer than 2 years to get out. Some of my friends are still here, oftentimes just for the refund check. So I'm excited about this opportunity today to really show our students that there's many pathways to success. For some of our students, it's going straight to a 4-year. For some of our students, it's going to a trade school. And for some of our students, it's starting right here at Delta College. I remember being here 2 years ago and learning about a program. I can't yet pronounce the name. It's like Electron Maestro. The only program of its kind in the nation, where folks can start at Delta, do the hard work necessary, but then graduate and work for folks like Cisco and Sun Microsystems and make six figures from right here at Delta. So that's what today's really about. It's to say that we haven't figured it out, but there's a lot of things that we do have, and it's our job as institution leaders, whether it's city government or community colleges, to make sure we're putting students on the pathway. We can't make choices for people, that people have to make their own choices. We can't do work for people. People have to do their own work. But what we can do is make real pathways and provide guardrails of support. So if folks need to reach out to someone or people are confused, that they know where to go. So again, I thank you, Dr. Hart. I thank you to the Stockton Scholars team, Trustee Luntow, your team. And thank you to Delta administration and trustees, because working in city government, I know sometimes doing the right thing, even if it's the right thing, is difficult because it's new. It requires us to work a little bit harder, or think a little bit more creatively, or do things a little bit different, which is not always the easiest thing to do in institutions. So I thank you for your flexibility and your vision, your wisdom, your vision and your leadership. And finally, to the community, I would again say that we're under no illusions, that Stockton is still Stockton. It's a community with a lot of problems and a lot of promise. It's a community that has structural poverty, and neighborhoods that have been disinvested for many years. It's a community that historically has had issues with violent crime and is struggling now with housing affordability and homelessness. And those struggles aren't reason to give up hope. Those struggles aren't reason to believe that's destiny. But those struggles are reason for us to work harder, to come closer together, to do everything we can so that tomorrow looks radically different from today. And that's what today is about. Starting with this class of Stockton Scholars, knowing that when they set foot on this campus, they're part of a cohort, they're part of a system, and they have access to networks of support to build a brighter tomorrow that we all deserve in this city. So thank you. I'm incredibly excited. And with that, I'll introduce Trustee Ling Luntow, the Executive Director of the Stockton Scholars Program.
Again, major thanks to Mayor Tubbs and also to Dr. Hart and her entire team for having us here today at Delta College. As Mayor Tubbs said, my name is Lang Luntow. I have the great honor of serving as the Executive Director of the Reinvent Stockton Foundation and also as the President of the Stockton Unified School District Board of Trustees. And I'm joined today by a few people on the Stockton Scholars team sitting right in front of me. Can you raise your hand if you're part of the Stockton Scholars team? Welcome. Thanks so much. Our new Director of the Stockton Scholars Program and Strategy, Ms. Janae Aptaker, who I know many of you met on Friday at our signing meeting. I'm here mostly to summarize what's in this agreement for those of you who may not yet read it, though I'm a former teacher. I know that many times people get the packet, they might not read it. So I'm here to give you the Spark Notes version. As Dr. Hart said earlier, this is our first partnership agreement with any college in Stockton on behalf of the Stockton Scholars. We're so excited to launch the first one with Delta College. And what this agreement means can really be summed up in two big ideas. For Stockton Scholars students, this means that they will have easy access to their funds and increased support when they get onto campus at Delta College. So just last Friday, we celebrated the first cohort of Stockton Scholars students. On Friday at our Stockton Scholars signing day, we celebrated that this year, starting this year, over 1,000 students from throughout our school system, particularly from throughout Stockton Unified School District, will be benefiting from this guaranteed college scholarship. We anticipate that, as Dr. Hart said, a hefty majority of those students will come straight to Delta College. And for those students, this investment collectively amounts to around $500,000 this year, over $500,000 in cash investment in their future. At Delta College, what this partnership agreement means is that if a student pursues, goes directly from Stockton Unified School District and pursues education at Delta College, their funds will be distributed directly to them through the form of their financial aid account at Delta through Bank Mobile. So students that go to Delta actually will access their financial aid before many other students that receive Stockton Scholars scholarships, which is awesome. And secondly, as Dr. Hart mentioned, we recognize that for these hundreds of students that are coming from Stockton schools and going straight onto this campus, we know that if they are able to be part of a broader community, they're more likely to be successful. So in line with that, Stockton Scholars is happy to be able to partner with San Joaquin Delta College first on expanding their Learning Pathways program. And secondly, at Delta College, we will be hosting our first Stockton Scholars Student Success Summit this June for every Stockton Scholars grant recipient at the end of June, on June 25th and 26th. We'll be helping students understand their financial aid, working in partnership with our counseling department to map out their real costs after they get their $500 scholarship. And then preparing for what life will be like when they come to Delta, whether that's doing their registration early or getting into the classes that they need to be on a transfer pathway or to participate in one of these apprenticeships. So we are just super excited to deepen our partnerships with Delta and to make sure that all kids get the support and resources that they need to succeed. I'll just end by saying two things. If you are a Stockton Scholars recipient and you're wondering why might this matter to me, this partnership might matter to you if you are, one, thinking about pursuing a transfer pathway at Delta College. This will help make sure that you're on track to make sure that you are ready to access your full $1,000 scholarship after you complete your transfer opportunities. Or secondly, if you're a student that might be thinking about one of our amazing apprenticeship programs. We know that our partners in San Joaquin Building Trades often say that they run the other 4-year degree, and many of those programs are co-listed at the San Joaquin Delta College. So we hope that all of those students and families who are already part of the Stockton Scholars program and thinking about where they actually might want to enroll, that you take advantage now, and that this summer you become prepared to be part of the first cohort of students that can benefit from this agreement. Thank you very much. I think it's time for us to sign. So we're saying, in witness whereof the parties have executed this agreement as of, what's today? May 6th, 2019. And I'll sign. Yep. Perfect. Awesome. Thank you, Dr. Hyde.
Angela, you ain't getting the picture?
Joined by Trustee Flores, also the Stockton Unified School District Board of Trustees.
One more. We get one right here too. One. Okay, one more right here. Just one more. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Great picture, guys.
So I believe we have some refreshments graciously provided by Delta College. Thank you. Please join us. And if anyone wants to see the agreement, happy to pass it around. Thank you, Dr. Hey, we're doing it. Now we can have a picture there so the kid gets to be better. How are you, Linda? Good to see you. Oh my goodness.